overlay is finally correct, so I'll zoom out here now. So yeah, this is Game 3 between Eccentric and Classic Mix-Up. It's the other semi-final. We just watched Melty 2-0 Soda Cans, and they will be waiting in the grand final for the winner of this game, since the series is already tied. The winner of this game will move into the grand finals for GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly NA number 3.
All right, look at these lineups. This is good stuff, man. I'm super excited to check this out. Classic Mix-Up in their first showing, their first tournament as a brand new team on the scene. Brand new team, old faces. Of course, you know Enigma and Seagull, who played together on Not Enigma. And the rest of these folks, if you have ever been interested in competitive TF2, you probably know most, if not the rest of them as well. Let's get into it. Seagull, maybe playing Bastion here to start off with. Interesting.
Hello? Anyone out there?
Bastion? He is super strong now. Probably needs a nerf more than any other character.
You think?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
No, he's ridiculous right now. He definitely needs a nerf.
Well, I guess Seagull's going to try to prove or disprove that for you. I'm
well,
sure he's going to try to prove it.
We're going to watch that super exciting Bastion POV. We haven't seen him competitive yet. Obviously, this is kind of a different story, but check out where he's at. He's got 360 motion. The blue box on his back is his only weak spot. As long as he watches the lift occasionally, he's going to be safe. Even if a Pharah comes up at him, he can shoot at him the entire time he's flying up. Really, it's he's only prone to long-distance attack like a sniper, and if he just drops down like he did, he can set up into sentry super fast, and it just works out.
So, Eccentric, early on in this game, really tried to do a big flank, and it just did not work out for them. They've been, so far, getting picked off one at a time. Pluppy finally getting a revenge kill. Pluppy playing Genji now with the Harmony Orb on him, and right now he's going to be backline distraction, so he's going to be staying alive as long as possible and just being annoying, causing confusion. But it's a nice coordinated push now. Eccentric changing things up now and doing a full push all straight to the front with only one person flanking from the side, and it's actually working really well. Not a single one of them is down yet, whereas Classic Mix-Up is now dropping very quickly. Almost all of them are dead, and Seagull's switched now over to Genji.
So I will say, after watching Seagull's POV there, what happened essentially is they had Genji being played by Pluppy or Tvik. He actually just got near Bastion and tossed a few shurikens and moved, and got near him again and tossed a few shurikens and moved, and it forced Seagull to unseat himself 3 times. And while Seagull is basically essentially doing nothing, the rest of his team got wiped, and that's why Eccentric was able to just flood into the point. Once 5 people showed up, Bastion's not going to do anything himself anyway.
Here comes the Reaper ult from behind, getting bobbled around, not actually able to get any kills, but again, I'm really impressed by the coordination on Eccentric's side. When they push, they are pushing as a team every time. It's really good stuff, and it's going to be a Genji duel, but one of the Genjis has a Harmony Orb. I don't see Seagull
the other has
winning
Discord.
This. And the other has a Discord. This is so rough, and actually Eccentric looking dominant right now on attack. And look, it's 4 people up for Classic Mix-Up, but it's only these 4. If any one of them goes down right now, that's actually terrible for the team, who still has 2 people coming from spawn, so they have to survive a little bit longer. It looks like they're going to be able to do it and rejoin up with their teammates. But still, Eccentric, they do get the first kill, so Harblue does go down. The Pharah for Classic Mix-Up now down. Burks coming from behind, dropping the beat. Beats dropped for both sides, so everyone with a little bit of extra health to work with. Enigma now fighting against Pluppy, still with the Harmony Orb on him. They have to find a way to deal with Pluppy because he's doing way too much damage right now, taking out the DPS characters for Classic Mix-Up. That said, it is still relatively even. Harblue Black in the action. I don't know where Seagull's at.
He just died. They had another little Genji duel. Pluppy took him out just as you were saying. I don't know where he's at. But yeah, Pluppy's been alive this entire game, essentially. I've just been spectating him running around, dicing through Pharahs, dicing through supports. Every time Seagull shows up, he starts to chase him down with that Discord Orb. He basically is just doing callouts, essentially, for Zen to plop that Discord Orb on whoever he's attacking, which is great. Again, coordination like you're talking about. Pluppy's still alive, just looking for those soft targets. Hanzo is a pretty easy target for Genji after he shoots his scatter arrow. If he misses with that, then Genji just dives right through. But here we go. Looks like everyone is up on offense and defense right now. Enigma actually swapping over to Tracer. I haven't seen any Tracer at all in the tournaments yet up to this point.
It's a boosted Pharah ult, doing a ton of damage. And Eccentric definitely still impressing, but Classic Mix-Up now finally with the man advantage, and Nader is all by himself. If he's caught out, this could be terrible for his team, but instead he is not caught out, which means he could have a great flank here. Is he going to flank onto Ruin, the healer from behind, or potentially Seagull with Hanzo? Yeah, Hanzo dies so quickly, this is massive. Nader is about to take up a bunch of people, dropping his ult as well. And that's a huge advantage for Eccentric, exactly what they needed.
Eccentric is down as Zenyatta, and defense did just drop the beat though, so it's kind of tough. They really don't have full control yet. Tracer actually doing a good job. I can see in the kill feed, Enigma's got a kill on Lewd and Pluppy just now, and suddenly looks like Classic Mix-Up is back in action, holding on to that payload.
All right. I'm actually not sure what Eccentric needs to do here. As that seemed like the perfect way to start an engagement with the Reaper flank killing
They
two.
could get a second tank. I saw Lewd actually switch off of Diva onto Soldier, so I'm not sure what's driving that decision. There is an enemy Pharah and Tracer, so Soldier might be the option just to deal with both of those. Biotic Field helps him actually deal with Tracer pretty well. And of course, just being hit scan allows you to deal with Pharah, so we'll see if they can push through here or if they need to swap to another tank. Lewd and Pluppy are both down once again. Pluppy off of Genji now.
Yeah, what has Pluppy switched over to? Pharah, okay. Interesting. And so they have the 76, they have the Pharah, and they have the Reaper, so opting for heavy DPS. Less survivability though, and I think you're totally right, Josh. I think that that might be part of the problem for Eccentric at this point, is they still have not been able to get a good foothold, although Lewd does collect another kill, so that both teams, with a couple people coming from spawn right now, and this objective might finally start moving a little bit if Eccentric can combo, put some ults perhaps here. They do have the revive. Burix, of course, playing Mercy and does have the full team revive at his disposal. And we're seeing the Wolves come out. And I love the fact that we're seeing Hanzo from Seagull right now. Hanzo, a character that traditionally hasn't been considered strong in this game. But Pluppy, or Harblu with a nice midair on Pluppy, and that's also huge. So Eccentric has run into a brick wall. They can't seem to get past this bend.
Yeah, and this is the last bend before the checkpoint, is the maximum run distance for the offense and the shortest run distance for defense that they're going to have for the rest of the game, essentially, until the very, very end at the VIP point. There's only 76 seconds left for Eccentric to try and figure out what to do here. They are still on 1 tank, 2 supports, and 3 DPS, while defense is also sporting only 1 tank. So that's kind of interesting. Less survivability across the board, more instant kills. And
look at this, actually damage boosting Hanzo. You know, this is definitely
That'll be the day.
Stuff. This is new stuff, man. You don't really see this very often. Harblu popping up and trading with.
Oh!
So.
Sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Hanzo headshot a Nadir Reaper teleport as he was teleporting in.
And a nice point blank ult there by Seagull. Seagull somehow has actually survived for super long up top, staying on the top of these buildings. I would like to see Pluppy switch back to Genji, I think. Genji would be a really good way to deal with this Hanzo, but right now, Seagull's doing a lot of damage.
I think Genji could be a good option, but it looks like they have not switched at all. They're keeping on to their ultimates. Lewd popping his aimbot. Mercy and Reaper both have theirs as well, and one defense does go down. It's Harblu on Pharah. He's down. Hanzo's still shelling away from above with 6 seconds left. They are pushing the payload now, and it's going to be entering overtime here, so they cannot leave the payload for more than 4 seconds or whatever it is, 5 seconds. And Ruin right now just damage boosting Seagull. Seagull's chunking into them. He's taken out 2 of them, and he's shooting the ult. Seagull just went on a spree there, and now he's taking out Pluppy on McCree. Overtime is not ticking down just yet.
They might get to the next objective though. They're so close. They're so close to adding another 3 minutes onto the stop time or timer. There's 2 minutes, I forget.
I believe it's just 2 minutes for the final stretch.
Yeah.
Enigma getting swatted down. Harblu was knocked down by the Earthshatter, but he was actually on the 2nd story, so not taken out just yet. But they are going to reach that checkpoint. Holy moly. I had no feeling that they were going to be able to do that. Very, very good stuff there with the ult combos. Especially after Seagull was just lighting into them with Hanzo. Whoa. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
There we go.
I can't believe that we just saw such effective Hanzo play. It's something we have not seen in a single tournament today, I don't think.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Dragon ults all day yesterday or today, at least, even since the return of the beta. So Seagull showing us how it can be done. He's staying on Hanzo, has not switched yet. And of course, Hanzo can point his wolves or dragons directly at the payload here in this last hallway. Great shots there from Pluppy, taking out both Harblue and Enigma on Classic Mix-Up. There's a res coming in, though, and now he's got to do it all over again.
I think having 76 and McCree on a single team more or less is the anti-Pharah, anti-Mercy squad. They've been effective at taking down those characters. You know, Harblue goes down again here, so Eccentric, they looked completely stuck. They had to go into overtime to get to this objective, but it looks like they actually might be able to finish this map off.
It's going to be close because, you know, Classic Mix-Up, they just have to do a good job not to get owned as they're coming out of the spawn. There's Winston jumping in. He's going to be looking for those squishy targets. I think we are going to see another overtime potential here, but whether they win or lose is anybody's guess.
It's madness.
Right now, McCree is alone. He does get torched down by the two Winstons. But a big Mercy res brings everyone back. Watching Soldier now.
Eccentric still alive. It's a crazy back and forth battle here. Nader picks up one. The Reinhardt for the attacking team is down, and Harblue should be able to finish this off. And I don't think we're going to see a time set by Eccentric. Which, you know what that means, Joshy? That means that all that Mix-Up has to do to win this is to get through the whole map, and they will win.
That's correct. Well, let's see. It is game 3, so if they draw, if they get to the entire map, they will win. You're exactly right. If they get to the checkpoint before that, we actually do a sudden death control map.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If they draw on map 3, it goes to a control map.
Awesome, awesome. All right. This is the last part of the semifinals. We will be moving on to the grand finals momentarily. But will it be America's Classic Mix-Up to face Europe's Melty, or will it be the other European team in the semifinals, Eccentric, that moves on to the grand finals? Thanks for joining us. My name is Fishsticks, joined by Joshy. As always, the Ask Fishy combo at your service to cast some more games for you.
Prepare to attack.
Yep, so great job there from Classic Mix-Up stopping Eccentric from actually even completing the map. We've seen a lot of back and forth games already today, but that was just a very, very strong effort considering that they pushed through that second checkpoint. I didn't even think they were going to get to do that. But likely, actually, suiting up as Symmetra on defense. We talked about Symmetra is actually pretty good on this Hollywood map. There's a lot of indoor areas that you can nest up. There's several spaces available for placing that teleporter that defense can't really get to easily unless they have a Genji or a Tracer, someone extremely mobile. So Symmetra does a good job on this map from time to time. She generates her teleporter very quickly now. With just a couple of big orbs through the choke point, she might be able to just drop a teleporter and essentially bring 6+ people back to life.
Okay, switching sides. It's Classic Mix-Up's turn to take the attacking side, and as we mentioned, all they have to do is complete the map and they will win and move on to the grand finals. Can they do it here in their first showing in any tournament ever, the newly formed Classic Mix-Up team?
I like Seagull using the classic Pharah skin. It's actually going to become more rare in the future that people aren't using tons of skins.
Fair enough. True. And again, let's take a look at the defensive posture right on the point and around the point with quite a few turrets. If you look at the Symmetra turrets, they're all placed very, very close to where you have to to the capture point.
All right, we're moving forward.
Yeah, you usually tend to see Symmetra turrets inside buildings, but interesting to see them outside as
Facing
well.
the point is good too, unless you've got someone like a Zarya or a Winston on the opposing team. Then they literally just look at the wall and they all go down. So it can be kind of a waste. But nesting is really good too. But these players are, you know, they're essentially pro players, so they're familiar with all these tactics already. It's just a matter of execution at this point. Torb actually on defense getting shut down immediately. His turret getting killed there by Seagull. So they have a Torb and a Eccentric.
His turret shot Seagull down, but then Seagull promptly died, so plenty of time for the turret to be replaced once again. And so Torb here getting some playtime.
Yeah, I'm definitely spectating Torb.
Turrets right now.
Torb the greatest. And he actually did get a kill on Seagull. He actually hit the rivet gun dead on him in midair, so great shot there by Lude, who's one of the tanks normally for offense.
And that Reinhardt shield for the attacking team is pretty weak, so we'll have to take it down and wait for the rest of the teammates to join up here. We do have Harblu and Seagull both playing Pharah, which I like the concept, but it hasn't worked out so far. Harblu is already down, so classic mix-up still down 5 versus 6 on defense here. And oh, look at this, a nice flank by Nader coming around, and Plumpy gets another kill too. So classic mix-up basically has to wait another 30 seconds or so for their teammates to respawn and get into the action, or maybe 20 seconds.
Defense doing a great job holding it down. Pluppy and Nadir both have their ults available if they even do manage to get in here, but there's 2 barrages and a res available on offense, so this might be the push where we see a lot of action come out. Just keep an eye out for Molten Core as well. Torbjorn, once he launches that, oh my goodness, barrages, Death Blossom, Soldier ult, all happening at the same time. It looks like Mercy did die, Ruin died for the offense, so she's not going to be able to res. Burix still has his on defense, but no one actually died on defense.
Yeah, nobody died. And now Seagull's in a scary spot. If he dies here too, that would be awful for his team. They're stuck on the first objective, which, you know, they were able to hold the opponents on the first objective for a little while, but not for this long.
Yeah, Torb clearly the difference maker here.
Yeah, Seagull, maybe. You know, maybe. The turret's done work. So 2 Pharahs coming over top. It's a Pharah flank for the ages. Let's see what they can do with it.
They're trying to get that teleporter. The teleporter is actually in the lower level of the cafe. Pharah can't actually see it. So great placement there.
Seagull's done a lot of damage, but they're not collecting kills yet. Neither team has lost a player. Who will be the first to go down? And it's a flurry of kills now going straight to Eccentric, so only 2 minutes left on this first objective.
Yeah, Pluppy, 3 kills in a short span. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, Pluppy managed to get 3 killing blows in a span of about 6 seconds there, just gunning at them from range. Great choice on defense, Soldier, from time to time. Depends on the composition, of course, but when you're playing against 2 Pharahs, having hit scan and Helix rockets can be a great asset. So we've got Winston coming in now for offense.
Yeah, it's 3 tanks, and all 3 of them have shielding abilities. Really interesting stuff. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4 kills, all going the way. Make it 5, going the way of Eccentric, and we are heading towards an all-European finals, unless something drastic happens in the next minute.
Yeah, not only do they have to capture this point, they've also got to capture the next checkpoint just to even draw, and they have to complete the map entirely just to win. So at this point, that's looking rather grim. They've eaten up a lot of time, 4 minutes already gone off the clock that they could be using to push a payload, but unfortunately, they get swatted again.
God, this is destruction. I would not have ever seen this coming. Would have never expected Torb's turret in this position here to be doing so much work. And this is actually very scary for NA fans right now. Torb turret has been switched to another position a little bit further back as well.
Yes, good idea.
NA fans are gotta be nervous right now. There's a flank. Nader's flanking again. Nader gets the first kill on Pure. He's gonna get another. Harblu's down, and this is terrible.
They've already got 3 down. Yep, this is not happening. No Mercy res available. 10 seconds left. It'll be a miracle if anyone even contests the point after this fight is over. Torb just hopping around, tossing armor to all his teammates while just shooting away with that rivet gun. The right click on Torb is actually really strong as well. The shotgun blast, a lot of people still trying to figure that out, but with that teleporter, defense is already back on the point, and Eccentric Gaming takes game number 3 in dominant fashion.
Rest in peace, NA. I'm a little sad, boys. I'm a little sad.
Play of the game.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm deflated. That was so dominant. Holding on the first objective, and not just holding on the first objective, but having wipe after wipe after wipe where only 1 or 2 people were dying on the defending team, or maybe nobody was dying on the defending team. So Eccentric showing the